have been the possibility of the fact that if he had more, it was because of it also, you can marry somebody else after they die, I mean, their wife, but it says that in the Quran that you never, marry his wife after he's gone. So you can also see that aspect of it, that the reason I'm only after the truth and only after consistency.
Okay, thank you, Manu. Thank you for your call. Thank you for bringing up your points. We appreciate you and your views.
Thank you.
And we look forward to hearing from you again. We have more callers. We're going to have to move on. Brother David, before we do, why don't you make some closing comments to Manu's call?
Yes, I'll just say, as I've said in the past, I love Manu's version of Islam. It's still false, but I love it because it does away with many of the horrible problems in Islam. But I would say something similar to what I said to Yahya Snow. Manu, if you really believe this is the correct interpretation of Islam, don't try to convince us. Don't try to convince us. I mean, if you think about it, you and I are we're on the same side, you and us. We're trying to do away with all of these horrendous practices that are killing people and so on, all the violence and so on, and you're doing the same thing. So don't worry about correcting us. Please, by all means, take your message to Saudi Arabia. Take your message to Yemen. Take your message to Egypt and say, hey, you guys, you've got the Quran and Islam all wrong. Let me show you the correct interpretation. Let me show you how peaceful Islam really is. In other words, if you've got this area where all these horrible teachings are having a massive impact and people are suffering, and you have people halfway around the world on a TV show, and you believe that certain people are misinterpreting Islam, well, why are you worried about the two guys on a TV show? Why not go to the people who are killing and slaughtering and raping and having sex with little girls? Why not bring the message of your version of Islam to them? I hope that they accept it. I would love to see them accept your version of Islam.
Well, and an even better suggestion, that is an excellent one, would be to try to imitate Jesus instead of Muhammad, and you wouldn't have to have any of these problems whatsoever. We're called to imitate Christ. That's why we're called Christians, as a matter of fact. And imitating Christ, hey, perfect moral example, never had sex with one woman. Muhammad, so many things within Islam itself that sully, that seem to darken his moral example. The easiest solution is to accept Jesus Christ, not just as a prophet, but as God in the flesh. He was different. He was special. He was perfect. Even Islam, Jesus is shown as morally superior to Muhammad. But we don't go from Islam. We go from the Bible. We're to imitate Christ in every way, including loving our enemies, blessing those who curse you, praying for those who despitefully use you, and sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ with all who we possibly can. And that's why we're here. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to take some more of your calls. I just want to make one quick announcement before we go to the break, and I'll make it again later on. We have a special weekend of shows. I want to share with you the schedule real quickly. If you're not aware, we have tomorrow special program at 2:30 in the afternoon, special Jesus or Muhammad. I think Brother Sam will be with us by Skype, perhaps. I'm not sure. But Brother Sam Shimon may be with us, but we're going to have a special Jesus or Muhammad, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, tomorrow afternoon, Saturday. Call your international friends in Europe and other places where that would be a good time for them to watch. 2:30, not only tomorrow, which is Saturday, but also 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, Jesus or Muhammad. Also tomorrow night, 9:45 p.m., Jesus or Muhammad. And then at 12 a.m. Eastern, Dr. Bassam Gorial will have live in the studio Brother Walid Shubat, former PLO terrorist, has come to Christ and now stands up for the cross of Jesus Christ and loves instead of hates, wants to see salvation come instead of death to those who would consider themselves his enemy. And then finally, Sunday night, we have 9:45 p.m. and 12 a.m., Jesus or Muhammad, and once again, Walid Shubat. We've got a great weekend in store, Jesus or Muhammad, guest Walid Shubat. We've got David Wood and perhaps Sam Shimon with us as well by Skype. So we're looking forward to those programs, and we're looking forward to hearing from you right after this break. We'll be right back.
The sun cannot compare to the glory of your love. There is no shadow in your presence. No mortal man would dare to stand before your throne, before the Holy One of heaven. It's only by your blood, and it's only through your mercy. Lord, I come. I bring an offering of worship to my King. No one on earth deserves the praises that I sing.
Praise the Lord and welcome back to Jesus or Muhammad. We have a lot of callers. Thank you for your patience. We're going to get to you almost immediately. Just want to make one comment real quick on Mr. Manu, who calls in quite a bit. You know, Manu is very interesting. Not just Manu. We've had another Muslim or two call in, and they try to go to some seerah literature, some stories, if you don't know what that is, stories of the life, the biography of Muhammad, and they give certain events, certain historical events, and then use addition and subtraction and try to come up with some sort of mathematical formula to prove that the age of Aisha was past a prepubescent age when Muhammad married her. But as Brother David said, we have all of these hadith, the strongest hadith, Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih al-Muslim, that say, Aisha says, in some of them, narrated Aisha from her own mouth, I was 6 years old when he married me, I was 9 when he consummated the marriage.
And not only that, 18 when he died, after 9 years of marriage.
Yeah, yeah. Time and time again, we said 8, 9 different references specifically stating this is her age, or in some of the cases, this is my age. And then we're going to go to some obscure, different references about completely unrelated events, and then add and subtract and come up with something different. If anything, that should make someone who's on the fence wonder, what kind of religion is this? We don't have, Muslims don't have, you know, they talk about the Quran being the end-all word. They don't have a Bible. They don't have something they can turn to and say, okay, this is it, this is the definitive answer. You know, we're going to go to the Quran. If we don't like the answer in the Quran, we're going to go to the Hadith. If we don't like the Hadith, we'll go to the seerah literature. If we don't like the seerah literature, we'll go to somebody in the medieval ages who had an opinion that we like. And that's how Muslim apologists present their cases, is it not?
And if you don't like that, we'll go to a website.
We'll go to a website. And then we'll tell Brother David how much agony and humiliation he's going to suffer on our program.
I'm still hurting from that video.
That's Surah 929, by the way. Hum sagherun. They will be humiliated.
I feel subdued. I feel
Have you paid the jizya to Yahya Snow?
I'm about to start. Yahya, when I see you, I've got some money for you.
All right, we've got a lot of callers. Let's see if we can take them quickly. Welcome, you're on the air with Jesus or Muhammad.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to our program.
I don't know if you guys remember me, but I'm...
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you're the guy who's going to become our replacement on here.
Yep.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
I've been working really hard, and I've been looking in the Bible, and I've been working on my questions, and I'm going to talk to you guys out of the book of Luke and Revelations later on, but I want to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
Why do priests in church, why do they always tell us to love everybody? But then why did Muslims teach us to hate? And when Muslims teach us to hate, I mean, that means they don't love their own religion of how they get to have 6 or 10 different wives.
Yeah, excellent. Well, that's a good point. As we said before, definitely Jesus told us